Three, two, one.
Well, viewers, as you know it, it's once again another wonderful Friday, and we are here in studio for another episode of In the Mix Africa. It's international break. We don't have local games happening, but we can look forward to a lot of international games. The one that highlights it for me is the big match between Angola and Argentina. So for that one, we'll be joined by none other than Woody Jacobs to just discuss and talk about football. So please do stay tuned as we get right to In the Mix.
Have you ever wondered why Grandma keeps her money under the mattress? And why is Angela uninsured? The Namibia Financial Inclusion Survey 2025 will help us find all the answers. From 6 October till the 4th of November 2025, the Namibia Statistics Agency teams in uniforms with tablets will visit homes across all 14 regions to learn about financial access, informal banking and saving habits. Email us at info@nsa.org.na or at 061 431 3200.
Well, like I said, for this one, I am joined by none other than Woody Jacobs. Woody, thank you for wearing blue. Thank you for making sure that you have blue. I have blue on, but okay, it's too far now. I can't show the viewers. But as we know, it's International Diabetes Day, so we're just making sure to show some love and support for those who have diabetes by making sure we're rocking blue, and you are rocking blue for us. Thank you for joining us in studio, Rudy.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's like you said, it's a noble cause, and we need to show support for those suffering from diabetes, and also try and tell the viewers and the people out there that it can be prevented. It's a lifestyle disease, as we all know. So it's what we take in. So at the end of the day, we show support for all those suffering from that, and trying to manage that, because it's one of the biggest killers of our people and our generation.
Well, we're going to stick to the blue theme, and we're going to get right into it. So speaking about blue, we have a blue lineup here. The Brave Warriors, we know, are in action, and they'll be taking on Comoros very, very soon. But the game against Comoros, I don't know if you saw the lineup, but we do have it available on screen, as you can see there. What are your thoughts on the fact that the local league started again, and the team that has been chosen to take on Comoros in the friendly?
I think it's a relatively new team, but there's also some guys that has been around the block. The likes of Charles Ambira also still featuring there. I think they're banking on his experience to take the youngsters through. You don't see any. It's basically a local team assembled from the league that has started that is now in round 5, and next weekend they will resume with round 6 and 7. So I think it's a good enough squad to. Comoros sending an invitation to Namibia to come and play 2 friendlies, not just one.
Ooh, okay.
So they're playing on Friday, then they're playing on Monday, and it's a good test for our boys that we don't have the likes of Dion Hotta that we always rely on, Peter Shalulile, the likes, Aprosius Pietrus. Now we can see the youngsters in place and see, in terms of a succession plan and a pathway for these players to take over one day from the likes of Shalulile and others. So I think it's a young, exciting squad. There's some good players in there. Comoros qualified for AFCON, so they are
preparing for that.
They are preparing for that. Small nation. I've been there. With my stint with the national team as assistant coach to Bobby Samaria, we managed to beat them 2-0, and it was also the introduction of Elmo Kambindu, and he scored 2 goals on that particular day. So. It's a good test for Namibia, because I think Comoros football has grown in leaps and bounds. But I also believe in the talent that we have in Namibia. And with the new coaches, I know that Coach Colin also accompanied the team. But the team will be coached by Coach John Sikarete from Chula Chula, and Kati from Mighty Gunners. So they have a good technical team that I think can do the work. And it's also time that these players get a chance so that they can they can show, and also to get back to winning ways, because we haven't been doing so well recently, understandably so. But it's a new football game, and like you said, the ball is round. And I think Comoros chose Namibia because they know what we possess. Yes, and it will be good measure for them to give an account, to test themselves going into AFCON. That will be happening early next year. In December. Yeah, so I just got my dates wrong. In December, so that's why now in November they get themselves against a quality side and a quality outfit in Namibia. But I would love to see Namibia getting the better of Comoros, because we haven't lost to Comoros.
So I think we really deserve the win. Cool. That's the reason why we have Woody here with us in studio to just talk about the games. We have another big, interesting one to talk about after the break. That is Argentina against Angola. But for now, I think I need you to go to the other side with Patricia and first see what you guys can cook up in the kitchen.
Thank you so much.
Welcome viewers to my Braai Corner. As you can see, our loaves are getting toasted. But thank you for joining me on this side. Brian can't hog you on that side alone. It's time for you to braai with me, and we're going to get to know you, what you love to eat when it comes to a braai. So there's the first question. I got to choose today's recipe, which is a cheese and sausage stuffed, I'm going to say braai broodjie. It feels natural to say a braai broodjie.
Yeah. After all, it's being braai. So we can call it that, yeah. And so it looks amazing.
If you look like slightly underneath, you can see the cheese dripping. So we stuffed it with cheese and sausage, like we said, and it's gonna braai. And then we have a special sauce that's already made. It's there chilling on the side, and we're gonna brush it over. But if you got to choose the menu for today, what do you think we would have been braaiing today?
Well, when we think about braai, it's normally your chops and your societies and all that. But this is something new. And it's something worth trying at home, so I'll definitely do this. And maybe with a little bit more ingredients to make it a bunny chow. I think something like that. But this is definitely a good idea to change the braai from the normal traditional braai that you know.
Yeah, just spice it up a bit.
Spice it up a bit, especially with your bread. With add some garlic, the garlic bread, and stuff it up in the same manner.
Exactly. Well, luckily, our sauce has a lot of garlic in it, so hopefully it can complement each other. Well, that's the nice thing about braai recipes, is you can be as creative as you want.
Yes.
You don't want chops every day. And I'm sure you will surprise the people you braai with when you come up with this recipe.
This will be on the menu on Sunday.
Okay, so great. In the mix, can't wait to see what you do with that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So, can you just tell our viewers, you and Brian got to talk a bit of the technical stuff when it comes to the sports. Yeah. But what I want to find out is, in any profession, you need to have a love and a passion for what you do. Otherwise, you're going to be miserable.
Yeah.
It's going to feel like work,
absolutely,
like they say.
Absolutely.
Where does that passion for the sport, for any sport, come from for you?
Well, look, it's how we brought up. I grew up in Commersdal, close to the Commersdal Stadium. That's now renamed Bobby Seizing Stadium. So it was an everyday thing, going to the football field. So I can play tennis, I can play rugby, I can play football, obviously, because I'm a football coach. So sport in itself, during the months of January, February, it's athletics. So you'd run around the block and see who's the fastest and all these things. So the love for sport is there. Then I love good music.
Who doesn't? I mean.
And good food. You get what I'm saying. So in a good company, you can interact like we are doing now.
Yes, exactly.
So it's basically the basic things of life. It's what makes us to have a good laugh. It's
and a good time.
and a good drink as well to go with the good food. Yeah. So well,
speaking of good food, it seems like our brain needs a bit more attention. So we're going to head over to JSB so that Brian and Jevon can just, touch a bit on the weekend tips. And then we're going to jump over to Short Corner before we dish up and we all just eat together and try out our sausage and cheese stuffed braai broodjie. So viewers, we will be right back.
Thank you so much.
Well, and just like that, viewers, we are back with another prediction video. We are heading into festive, Jevon. It's almost Black Friday. It's almost that festive time of the year, and I think it's only right that Jevon and I make sure that we at least give the Panther something to work with for the weekend, something to use to spend on Black Friday. But before we get into all of that, how are you doing, my brother?
Yeah, very well. Nothing can spoil that, what you just mentioned there, except obviously an international break once again. But thankfully it's the last one for
3 months.
For 3 months.
For 3 months.
So we can get back to our domestic football that we love so much.
Okay, Jeff, speaking of international break, after this one, in December, we get football almost every third day. There are going to be games throughout this whole December. How excited are you about the football?
No, I love the festive period. I love the football. Before the football frenzy starts, we also have the group stages for the FIFA World Cup next year that's going to be announced. So I'm looking forward to that, where Bafana will be participating. So we're excited for that one as well. And then obviously Boxing Day is a huge, always a football day for us, for all of us, and especially for United. That's the only team that's playing, fortunately or unfortunately, on Boxing Day this year.
Look, for me, I think this is my favorite time of the year in regards to football, because we have the Champions League, we have the top 5 leagues, and then we have, like you said, the announcement of the World Cup. This is where we can make some money. This is the only way we can make some money. So to start it off with, we have a rugby match that is not usually commonly our match of the week, but we have Italy that will be taking on South Africa. South Africa is a very undefeatable team. That's the one thing that I can see with rugby and how this team has been doing. But go, tell us a bit about the match of the week, Jeff.
Yeah, as we see recently, they took care of the French team last weekend, and the weekend prior to that was Japan. It was an easy fixture for them. South Africa, as you mentioned, they're quite difficult to beat. I think they're on a very strong form. Italy, South Africa should be a banker there. Yeah. So the match of the week for rugby is decided by how many points which team wins by.
Who's the closest to...
You understand? So for instance, you can say South Africa to win by 10 points, 15 points. So there's no actual score prediction there.
Okay.
Tag 3 friends, mention us in your story, and you can stand a chance to win your share of 5,000 in free bets.
$5,000 in free bets. That's a lot of free money. All you have to do is just give your prediction and you can get some cash. Cool. Now let's get right into the action. We have a lot of friendly games that are coming up. These ones I'm very excited about. We'll hear more from Woody's side as to which one interests him, I think, just for the sake of, for watching. But the big one has to be the Angola against Argentina.
Most definitely, I'm watching that. They paid big money to have Messi there, our neighbors. I mean, the odds for a draw, 6.60. That's pretty high. I definitely have to look at that and taking that perhaps. Could be a small opportunity there to make some money. Some other fixtures I look forward to. I think Brazil, Senegal.
Yes.
As well.
That one has to be a very nice one.
I mean, Brazil, you never know what you're going to get from them lately.
They haven't been consistent.
Exactly. They do have Ancelotti now there. So, yeah, that's the one fixture I'll definitely look forward to as well.
I think I'm definitely looking forward to the game between Argentina and Angola. I'm going to be biased and say, look, I think it's going to be a thrashing. I think it's going to be one-sided. The quality that team possesses, Angola cannot start to imagine what those guys can do. But look, football, the ball is round. You never know what can happen. But I'm going to be brave and say, I don't even know why I didn't add them to my bet slip. Speaking of bet slips, let's quickly have a look at Jevon's bet slip. Jeff, you went very light with this one. And I like it for the odds, the games that you chose. I don't know how confident I am about Real Valladolid in Las Palmas. I think that's the second division in Spanish. In the
Correct.
Spanish. Yeah, so I'm not sure too much about that one, but maybe you can give us more.
Look, I went with that because of the fact of where we are currently in the month. The middle of the month, we don't have much spending money left. So we'd like to just make a bet. I mean, $50 to win 260. I think it's decent profit of 210. Both teams to score, Poland, Netherlands. I think that's a given. That's a banker. I think Slovakia at home without Sesko, without he's injured. I think they can still handle the Irish. And then obviously, as we mentioned, Las Palmas. I think the double chance there. It's a safe bet. So we'll come back to this next week and see.
Speaking of friendlies, I don't think we'll get you again before that time passes. But before we do touch on my bet slip, Namibia take on Comoros in a friendly. That's happening as well. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on that one?
Look, I think I'll leave that to my good friend over there, Mr. Woody. He'll answer on my behalf.
He'll touch on that
On
on
the
your
national
behalf.
teams, yeah.
Okay, cool, no problems. Let's have a look at my best slip before we let Jevon leave. Jevon, mine is quite, I'm quite optimistic. I went with Norway putting up a thrashing against Estonia. That's going to be 3 goals plus. We cannot ignore the form Haaland is in right now. If you don't have him in your fantasy team like Jevon, make sure you get that man. And then we have Hungary that are taking on Armenia. I'm gonna go for Hungary on that one. Soboslai, you can't go against Soboslai's form, and he's the captain of the team. Portugal, who I think are gonna be in the finals, if not the semi-finals of the World Cup, take on Ireland. I think they're gonna do really well. Germany take on Luxembourg. I think that's gonna be a comfortable win. And Russia and Chile, one of the other good friendlies that we can also look forward to. I think one that you didn't see, Ivory Coast are playing against Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
That was a very interesting one.
Yeah, I think Ivory Coast is a banker as you put there on your bet slip. I think they should be. It's too strong for Saudi Arabians.
Well, viewers, there you have it. Your bets for the weekend. Mix them up. Take Jevon's games. Take my games. Mix them up with yours. Do what you're comfortable with and do what you feel will bring you the cash in. We're just trying to give you guys the blueprint, but we'll reflect on them next week to see how it all went. But definitely do touch on some of the friendlies on JSB and make yourself some money. Well, viewers, just to let you guys know, if you guys love sports, if you guys want to know about what's happening in local sports around Namibia, be it the Brave Gladiators, the Brave Warriors, rugby, Sports Wrap is the show that will be bringing you all these updates. Sports Wrap is a local and international sports show that airs daily on DSTV. And on this show, we're bringing you updates on local sports and international sports, keeping you updated with what's happening with sports in Namibia. The food in the kitchen looks great, and also the best slip by Jevon Wilson looks good, so make sure you jump on that one. But for now, let's quickly go to our correspondent to just see what they have for us with Short Corner.
This is the second AFCON appearance by the Zebras after the first debuted in 2012. And so as part of preparations for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations tournament, Coach Morabudi has announced plans for an early training camp as part of these preparations. We do know that the Zebras have been drawn in Group D alongside Senegal, DRC, and Benin, which is a group that many consider to be one of the toughest in the tournament. And so to prepare for that, the team is expected to hold a local training camp starting on the 23rd of this month before traveling to North Africa for the final phase of the preparations. Coach Morabudi also said that, the preliminary squad will be announced in mid-November, which is in a few days, with the final list expected on the 20th of this month. And then they will then start with their local training camp. Now, this camp is aimed, according to the coaches, aimed at ensuring that players acclimatize as well as secure competitive friendly matches and build momentum ahead of Botswana's opening fixture. The coach expects that the team will undergo 4 weeks of intensive training, including 25 to 30 sessions, in order to sharpen their fitness and tactical readiness.
When the sun sets, the news begins. Welcome to Sunset News, bringing you the latest headlines, in-depth community stories, economic updates, sports highlights, and your daily weather forecast. Join us every weekday from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. on DSTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 25, or stream us online at oneup2.com. Join us on Facebook at Sunset News to stay updated.
Well, I think we all got to see the skills that Woody possesses in the kitchen. But Woody, like you had with Jevon before he left, he's going to leave that question to you. Just tell us a bit about the big match between Argentina and Angola. We haven't seen such a big game in SADC for a while. I think disregarding South Africa, we haven't seen those highlighting matches in a long, long time. So what transpired there? How did that deal come together?
Yeah, it's a beautiful take. I mean, it's always a crowd seller to bring Messi to any country, and Angola deemed it necessary to bring Argentina, and also for preparation for AFCON that'll be next month, which they also qualified for.
Yeah.
So it's also just like Namibia playing Comoros. But this one is a humdinger.
This one is.
It's a humdinger. I heard that you booked your flight to Luanda to go and visit 11 November.
Yeah.
Beautiful stadium. I've been there. I played with African Stars in that stadium.
Wow.
What a stadium!
I can only imagine.
And I can just imagine how it will look like on. Is the game tomorrow?
The game is on Saturday.
On Saturday. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. Look at that stadium. I've played. I had the opportunity to coach in that stadium, and I'm telling you, it's one that we should have in Namibia.
We deserve something like this.
We deserve something like that. But I saw the plans for, just to give you a hint, I saw the plans of the Independence Stadium, and it looks almost like that. State of the art facility. So in the next 3 years, when they will be building the Independence Stadium, revamping the Independence Stadium, we'll also have something like that. Also something that we can bring the likes of Messi, Ronaldo, although this is their last time playing World Cup next year. We might be bringing the Yamin Yamals.
Oh,
that will be awesome.
That would be nice for the Namibian players, the Namibian people to just witness that. But I think it's very important, even if you're not a betting man, that we get your perspective as to who wins this game. But before you give us your prediction, the food that you have prepared with Patricia is ready, and I myself am very hungry. I think this is also my favorite part of In the Mix. So if you guys can maybe just tell us a bit of what you guys prepared here. Looks very
it
nice.
Looks like I normally see this with this pizza place. What is the name again?
Roberto's.
No, the one that's all over Southern Africa. Debonair's, and it's called a sub, and it looks like that sub. So honestly speaking, and it can be made at home. You don't need to go to Debonair's.
Yeah, now you can
make it at home, and just look how the cheese has melted into the sausage. We must indulge.
It looks amazing. Patricia, tell us what concoction went on here. What did you do for us to have this masterpiece that you've brought here?
So like me and Woody said, we have a cheese and sausage stuffed braai broodjie. We call it a braai broodjie because it's a broodjie that you braai. So it's as plain as a definition can get.
The cheese pool.
Very cheesy. So on top we have a little sauce that has garlic and parsley and butter and chili flakes on. And then just to keep things balanced, we have a salad, We must keep the balance.
Very important.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Like we said, your food is your health. So what we put in is our health.
Exactly.
You guys put in
especially with us celebrating for World Diabetes Day. So if you look at the salad, it's gonna balance everything.
This is
from one diabetic to our diabetics out there, might not be the healthiest snack, but there are ways to bounce back from this.
Drink water. Water washes down all those funny things.
Yeah, Brian, that's the cure to everything. Just drink water. Your diabetes will disappear. Just drink a glass of water.
But like I said, Rudy, before we leave, just a prediction. How do you think that game is going to play down? I mean, the ball is round.
I think Angola is not a bad team. I saw them in Kosafa. I was there in Port Elizabeth. We watched them play against Namibia and AFCON. And also they qualified now. So they missed out on the World Cup qualification. Cape Verde putting them to...
I think they're playing for the first time.
Yeah, for the first time. A small nation, 300,000 people. It just shows you that 3 million can do it. So I think they're going to push Argentina all the way, but it's going to be an Argentina win.
Argentina win. Well, you guys said it from Woody as well. And we've come to the end of the show. That's all the time that we do have for you. I think for now it's time for us to cut the cameras, get serious with the food, and we'll catch you guys again next week. Same time, same place on In the Mix Africa.